With profound humble gratitude and love to all venerated enlightened masters, we bow to the Almighty in soulful gratefulness for gifting us with their holy blessed presence. May all beings be awakened by their divine grace.
Part 4 of 4.
Etc.
Be vegan, make peace, do good deeds. Heaven Godspeed.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
So that was passion fruit, about 5 or 6 passion fruits in one bowl. This is 20 cashew nuts, 20 almond nuts soaked. And then you have goji berries and flax seeds. Bananas we add in last.
Please stay with us to enjoy this illuminating congress.
No meat, no dairy, no excuses. Nimai Delgado, vegan.
Today's program will be presented in English with subtitles in Arabic, Aulacese, also known as Vietnamese, Chinese, English, French, German, Hindi, Hungarian, Indonesian, Korean, Mongolian, Persian, Portuguese, Russian, Spanish, Thai, and Ukrainian or Uranian. Kalimera. This is good day in Greek, one of the languages spoken by the Arvanite people. I am Lydia. The amicable Arvanites appreciate all that you do to create peace and harmony in our world, especially your commitment to go vegan, which will cleanse the atmosphere of our world with loving energy. The Arvanites, who are of Albanian origin, settled in southern Greece in the Middle Ages. Nowadays, the large traditional Arvanite communities are concentrated in the southeastern region of Greece, including the municipalities of Attica, which includes the capital city Athens, Boeotia, and Peloponnese. They have lived harmoniously with the other Greek inhabitants since the time of settlement and have played an integral part in the building of the Greek nation. Many notable Greek leaders from politics, science, religion, and the arts are of Arvanite descent, including the former president of Greece, His Excellency Pavlos Kontoriotis, and 2 former prime ministers of Greece, namely His Excellency Antonios Grietsis and His Excellency Alexandros Diomidis. The current Archbishop of Athens and all Greece, His Beatitude Hieronymos II of the Greek Orthodox faith, is also Arvanite. Being both proud Greeks as well as noble Arvanites, many people are bilingual, fluent in both Arvantica as well as Greek. They also preserve their traditions and culture with their beautiful, unique traditional dress and the sharing of Arvantica folk songs and music, which are readily available on social media. The fustanella, the white kilt worn by the Greek soldiers who guard the Greek parliament in Athens, can also be traced back to the Arvanite tradition. In December 2010, the first ever Middle East Vegetarian Congress was held at the Dubai International Exhibition Center, with the public invited to engage in an interactive exploration of the plant-based lifestyle. Organized by the Middle East Veg Group or MEVEG, supported by the Middle East Natural and Organic Product Expo 2010, and endorsed by the Dubai Health Authority of the United Arab Emirates, the event provided 2 days of seminars, workshops, and video telecasts with experts from around the world, along with rejuvenating veg cuisine. In addition, Supreme Master Ching Hai Vegan was specially invited to speak via live video link on Being a Vegan, an environmentally sustainable food choice, followed by a question and answer session with attendees, and the launch of the Arabic edition of the international best-selling book The Birds in My Life, which was already sold out pre-launch. The Birds in My Life was printed by United Printing and Publishing, a subsidiary of Abu Dhabi Media Company, or ADMC, owned by the government of Abu Dhabi.
MEVEG, go green to save the planet, yo!
We now invite you to join us for part 47 of the conference titled The First Middle East Vegetarian or MEVEG Congress, held in the city of Dubai in the United Arab Emirates on December 7, 2010 with Lo Yu Nguyen, vegetarian, Senior Executive of Education and Outreach of Vegetarian Society, Singapore, who will be showing us how to make healthy raw smoothies.
It's good to have this for breakfast because through the night when we sleep, the body detoxifies. Okay, the body cleanses itself. And when we wake up in the morning, the body is most absorptive of nutrients. So that's why it's good to eat a high nutrient diet. So it's good to have this for breakfast. And because we are blending, the mouth may not produce enough saliva, or rather the content may not mix with the saliva enough. So it's good to drink this immediately before it oxidizes, but it's also good to drink it slowly to allow it to mix with the saliva. So these are the samples that we're going to see. This is the sour plum. This is the dragon. We don't have kale here. So we are replacing kale with spinach. So whichever station is doing kale, look for spinach. Okay, chocolate. Okay, the knives are sharp, so be careful. We just rinsed the equipment, so it should be okay. This is the layout now. So this table that I'm going to demonstrate on is station 1. So when you're in station 1, do the recipe on number 1. So this is station 1, 2, 5, 6 is behind. So what we do is you fill the content into the tub and then we blend it with this motor, with this machine here. So right now I'm going to demonstrate the one sample here. I'm supposed to use mangoes because they're most fragrant. But here I'll make do with something else. Generally when we blend, we put the softer fruits in first, not the hard nuts and seeds. Because if you put something hard, and when you switch on, it tends to jump. It may be violent. I'm supposed to use mango, but you can see this is an assortment of fruits. Okay. Maybe you help me do it?
I just put whatever you tell me.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Then we put in the passion fruit. The recipe I'm doing is listed here, and these recipes are laid out on the table. You will see later. But here because of the lack of ingredients, I'm not following this anymore. So I'm going by instinct. Yeah, quite okay. Right, thanks. Okay, so that was passion fruit, about 5 or 6 passion fruits in one bowl. This is 20 cashew nuts, 20 almond nuts soaked. And then you have goji berries and flax seeds. Yeah, thanks. Okay, and bananas. Bananas we add in last. Okay, we grind it until it's smooth first, and then we add the bananas last because bananas tend to oxidize easily. So what we do, just a bit of ice.
Huh?
Just a bit, maybe like this. A bit more, two more. Yeah, thanks. Okay, a bit of ice. At home I don't use ice because most of the fruits I use from the fridge. A bit of water. This this is a super blender, okay, and that is also another super blender. You hear about it later. You blend long enough for it to be smooth. Okay. There's no need to blend too long because it doesn't get finer very much, and it tends to heat up. So we want to avoid that. Still too thick, nice, right? If there's any water you want to add, you add it last. Because if you add it with the water too early, if it's too liquid, it doesn't blend very well. How long was that? Just about 10 seconds. With a super blender, right? We don't need to blend very long. Okay, with an ordinary blender, it may take much longer. I'm going to pour into these two plastic cups, and then I need help to pour into the sampling cups. Okay, the more ripe the fruit, the more fragrant it will be. Some people like it sweeter, especially kids. So if you're trying to introduce this to kids, make it sweet. For sweeteners, I use the date syrup. So is it sweet enough? Is it?
Some more dates will be more sweet.
Yeah. There's still a bit more. Anybody have a sample? Anybody have a sample? Any questions you want to ask?
Your nut is not fine. Flaxseed oil and not, it's not fine. Is it okay? You can still digest it?
Oh yeah. The question is that the flax seeds may not be so fine. The finer the better, of course. But as long as it's broken, the flax seeds has to be broken open. Yeah.
Hello, ma'am. Can you please tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hi, I'm Mohana Gill from Malaysia, and I'm a vegetarian. And I'm basically a writer of books on vegetarian and for healthy living, wellness, and longevity. And I mainly write to encourage people to eat more fruit and vegetables in their diet. And recently, I've just come up with two new books called Haley's Fantastic Garden and Haley's Vegemania Garden. These books are actually to encourage children from very young to eat more fruit and vegetables. I think that it's very important for us to let our children from very young to understand what nature is all about, where the fruits and vegetables come from, and how they can enjoy it. So it's a fun kind of a book with very beautiful illustrations, which I think most kids will enjoy.
Is it out now in the market?
This is out in the market. You can get it in Amazon as well, and also in MPH bookstores in Malaysia. Yeah.
All right. And what about climate change? Do you have any views on climate change, and what are actions that you are taking to work on this?
Well, I think by becoming vegetarian and also teaching our children to eat more fruits and vegetables, that already has a direct effect on climate change. So I suppose in a small way, I do my bit to make a change in the climate as well. Yeah.
Yes, and can you please kindly share a few words about Supreme Master Ching Hai?
I think that she's doing a marvelous job with her beautiful books and with all her TV shows, and encouraging everybody to go green, to eat healthy, and to touch base with nature, and so that we can leave this world a much more healthier place for our children.
And is there any message you would like to share with our global viewers?
I think the most important thing is that to remember that we need to be healthy in order to be able to do things. So you take care of your body and your body will take care of you. And I think that if we take care of our younger generation now, then we hope that in the future we will have a generation of children or grown-ups who are healthy and a much more sustainable and a better world to live in. I think that we should encourage our children by going and buying all these books and giving to the children so that they can read and be a little bit more aware of fruits and vegetables. Yes, thank you.
And also share us with if there's any other events that you'll be participating in the near future.
Well, I think the most important thing now is to be able to launch these books that have just come out. And we are planning to do a launch in Malaysia. And later on in the year, I think there are many more vegetarian congresses that I will go to where I will promote all these books. Be veg, go green to save the planet.
Hello, sir. Will you please introduce yourself?
My name is Professor B.M. Hegde. I come from India, basically. I had my initial medical training in India, and then I went over to London and Harvard and trained as a cardiologist. And I have been teaching cardiology and medicine all over the world at different times, but basically in India. And I have starting from a lecturer, I went up to the vice chancellor of a university, retired. And after I retired, I am doing some research on how to make human beings healthy and how to reduce the prohibitively expensive cost of modern medicine. So modern medicine is not the be-all and end-all of human health care. What we do is we have to promote health. In that direction, we are doing a lot of work. We have an organization which I have started with 15 scientists from the world. They're all very big people. I'm the only ordinary person. They're all Nobel laureates and all. We call it as the World Academy of Authentic Healing Sciences. And we have a journal where we publish our data, which is called the Journal of the Science of Healing Outcomes. As of now, I am the founder, editor-in-chief of the journal, and we have founded this organization. But it runs only on charity. We don't take money from the drug companies. We don't take any grant from anybody because then we'll have to be under their control. So we do our own work purely on charity. Any listener wants to help us for this good cause is welcome to do so.
Such a noble effort. And what about the issue of climate change?
Let me tell you, the animals which we use for food contribute much more than all the industries put together. To give you an example, one cow's fart and one cow's cow dung gives as much methane as a large factory's carbon output. So if you have a dairy in a place of about 100 cows, you are probably worsening the whole atmosphere in your concept of global warming by more than 100 factories. If you believe in global warming, vegetarianism is the best way. It's not only global warming. If you want to save this earth, vegetarianism is the only way because it takes so much of area to produce 1 kilogram of meat. Whereas that can be, that can feed 10 people with vegetables.
Stay no vegan, because the consequence is nothing grave to you. Well, just war. War and pandemic. Pandemic and endless suffering in hell for all who eat like you do.
Spiritual viewers, we appreciate your presence today for the first Middle East Vegetarian or MEVEG Congress on Words of Wisdom. Please join us tomorrow for part 48 of this inspiring conference. Coming up next is Mediterranean Cinque Terre, natural paradise between mountain and sea. Right after noteworthy news. May the Providence grace us with compassion and kindness towards all beings.
Be vegan, make peace, do good deeds, hell not reach.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/WOW.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule et suprememastertv.com/WOW.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule и suprememastertv.com/WOW.
Манай нэвтрүүлгүүд олон хэлээр гардаг. Зочлох хаяг suprememastertv.com/schedule болон suprememastertv.com/WOW